If you like the video, please consider supporting us on Patreon.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. I gotta post a picture of this.
Don't you dare! Oh my god, you should see your hair. I've gotta post a picture of this.
Don't. Or.
Hey guys, check out this crazy wig I found in props. I would never get caught dead in this thing. Whoa, what's up with your hair, bro?
Don't you dare. Courtney, post a pic of Manu and I'll put my phone down.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, Manu, but my career is very important to me.
Well, my dignity is important to me.
Yes. Yeah.
James, tell Courtney to put the phone down.
Oh, this is not how I wanted to go viral.
No, man.
Oh, great. Now Kim Kardashian has seen it. Is that a good thing?
I can't
not with my hair in curlers.
This
Is that
is
a good thing?
my family. This thing is.
Oh my God, you guys, you're hilarious. The reactions are. Oh my God! Welcome to Pull My Focus, Adventures in the World of Digital Filmmaking, where we give you the inside tips you need to make great video. If you're a filmmaker or interested in filmmaking, you've probably heard and maybe even seen videos about the 180-degree rule. You know, when you draw a line between two actors having a conversation, and you make sure you keep the camera on one side so that you can cut between those two shots. And yes, this 180-degree rule can be helpful during pre-production, particularly when you're doing a top-down view of the blocking on the set. But the thing is generally when you get to set and do the actual blocking, things almost always end up changing. So what are you going to do then? Create another top-down view? Do you even have time for it? And I gotta be honest, I've never actually heard anyone mention the 180-degree rule on set. We don't have a top-down view. We're not thinking that way when we're actually physically there on set. We're looking at the only view that ultimately matters, which is on the monitor, which is the frame. What is the camera seeing? Which is what the viewer, the audience, will ultimately see. And that's why the only thing on set that really works for us and that we care about is screen direction. Who's looking right and who's looking left. If Courtney in her single is looking camera left at James, who's off screen, what works is James in his single looking camera right at Courtney. If James was looking camera left, then it just wouldn't work. They would both be looking camera left. It would be confusing to the viewer. And it really is that simple. One's looking left, one is looking right. Until one character moves in the shot. But then that's easy to handle. We cover the action of James leaving his shot, camera left, show him wipe the camera while Courtney's eye line follows him in her shot. Now, she's changed her eye line in the shot, looking camera right at James, and now he's looking camera left at her in his new single. But now let's really complicate things by adding a third person. When Manu walks in, we have a triangle. How do we cover that? If cameras were inside the triangle, that would work. A single for each person and their eye lines work. Courtney looks frame left to Manu. Manu looks frame right to Courtney. Manu then looks frame left to James. James looks left to Courtney. Courtney looks frame right to James. But what if we want to get over the shoulders? Now what do? Well, we got to move the camera outside of the triangle in order to do that. And then we got to decide which side of that side of the triangle do we want the camera to be on. This gets tough because some of our frame directions for our eye lines change. For instance, Courtney is now looking frame right at Manu. Manu is looking frame left at Courtney. It doesn't match with the cameras we had inside the triangle, except for Manu's eye line to James, which is still looking frame left. How to handle it? If you had time and money, you could shoot the whole scene with complete coverage, inside and out. But that's 12 camera positions just for the over the shoulders. Who has that budget? Well, let's look at how they did it in a classic Mexican standoff, which was in Reservoir Dogs. Eddie is yelling at Mr. White, Harvey Keitel, to stop pointing the gun at his dad, Joe. Eddie's looking camera right. Mr. White is looking at him frame left. Joe is looking frame right at Mr. White. Mr. White is looking at Joe frame left. The camera's inside the triangle for this shot of Mr. White. It works because they never show Mr. White looking frame right in that shot at Eddie from the inside triangle camera position. If it did, it wouldn't work because they would both be looking frame right. So they cut back to the over-the-shoulder shot to show Mr. White from there. It works. I don't know how much coverage they shot of the scene, but what I do know is the late great editor, Sally Minke, who edited this scene, did an amazing job with only a wide shot, 3 over-the-shoulders, and 2 singles. That's it. Ultimately, this is all about geography. Where are the characters in the scene, in the space, in relationship to each other? You want the viewers to be in the scene with the characters and stay there and not be confused by mismatching eye lines. This is one of the reasons why I don't care for the 180-degree rule. It can be kind of helpful, and I also can't stand rules because you are taught a rule and then you're told to break them. And really, ultimately, all it is a convention. It's what, in film language, people have discovered works. And there are times when it's not that important to follow this rule. Watch this.
Hey guys, check out this crazy wig I found in props.
What was different in there is when Manu walks in, we've now established she's there, but we're using the inside the triangle shot of Courtney, who we know was looking at James. Now she turns to look at Manu. She's looking frame left. We cut to Manu. We're now on the over the shoulder. He's looking frame left as well. It shouldn't work, but it just works. Because we, as an audience, understand the geography of the scene. Now, if we kept cutting back and forth between those shots, it wouldn't work. It would start to get kind of confusing because it's breaking not a rule, but a convention that the viewer is comfortable with. So they're comfortable when things change. Someone comes in, there's a little bit of chaos, even though we've already established where he is and he's stopped in that spot. So it works. Ultimately, it's like what's going to work in the edit and making sure you get the shots that you need. You know that frame direction, left, right, are working for your eye lines, and then manage your transitions, and then it all will work in the edit. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out pullmyfocus.tv for the companion articles to our videos. And if you find what we're doing helpful and informative, consider backing us on Patreon. With a small monthly pledge, you're investing in our ability to continue to bring you great video with inside tips on how to make great video.
Open! This is not how I wanted to go viral.
The internet is blowing up! Okay. Let's do it again.